never fingerprinted the car that sat in the parking lot of that pharmacy for, up to almost 8 days.
And they didn't find the vehicle. I found the vehicle.
Yes.
Dora, you were going to say something?
Austin Police Department did not find the vehicle. I found the vehicle.
And you're saying they never fingerprinted the vehicle?
No.
Never.
Controversy and concern tonight as a search should be underway for a missing 21-year-old woman by the name of Julianne Gonzalez. She has been missing for more than a month. The last person to see her before she vanished, George De La Cruz, her estranged husband, who says she decided she wanted to leave the child with her and said she would come back. Now, George, I have to ask you this question. Layla's medicine was reportedly found inside the car that was abandoned at a pharmacy. Not the pharmacy that she worked at, but another Walgreens, according to the family. Now, why wouldn't she have given you, if she was leaving voluntarily, the medicine for her precious child? And did you ask for that medicine?
Well, I didn't know about the medicine. Like I said, I had medicine at the time, and she had plenty of it. So like I said, I didn't know any about the medicine. And yeah, Julie Wood gave it to me. If there, like I said, there was medicine, I didn't know about the medicine. So like I said,
Michelle, does that sound strange to you, that a mother would leave voluntarily but not give the medicine?
Well, especially, a mom who obviously, she has a job, she's educated, she cares about her child, and she cares about her relationships, especially with her family. It does seem a little odd that if she were going to leave voluntarily, that she would not pass over that medication to George and say, hey, George, this is for the baby, just in case, I don't come back, or whatever the case may be.
Dora Cooper, you're the aunt. I want to ask you about the messages that have come in from somebody purporting to be Julie. Now, I'm kind of unclear on this. Did they come in on a cell phone? Did they come from her cell phone as text messages? Or did they come in as MySpace from her MySpace, or both? Tell us about, what did the messages say and where did they come from?
Well, there were messages posted to her Facebook and her MySpace via her mobile. The ones to MySpace stated that she wanted to run away. There was a lot of BS in her life. And she's got something to make that happen. And then another blog on her MySpace stated that she was running away and everyone just needed to leave her alone.
And this is actually was the high time in her life right now. She was actually doing good. She was getting out of a relationship that was an abusive relationship. She didn't want that relationship. She was doing good in her job. She had just bought a car. She saved money to buy a car. And it just doesn't make sense that those comments were made that way.
So did the message refer to another individual, like I've met someone else?
No.
No, they didn't at all?
Well, there was a friend of hers that came forward several days after we reported her missing, saying that she held back some information and she wanted to let us know what it was. So she called, I talked to her on the phone, and she said, I need to let you know something very important. Julie texted me and said that she met some guy named James, who's a web designer, who bought a new house in Colorado, and he's taken me away for the weekend to show me a good time.
Wow. James, a web designer. Okay, well, we know, Mike Brooks, that a lot of untoward people have used the internet posing as web designers and other people like that, and they've seduced people over the internet where they can create whatever persona they want. And I'd like to get your thoughts on this. This is new information. Just right now, we're hearing it on Issues.
And that was done to Julie from supposedly George's dead uncle, giving Julie a message that he wanted them back together.
Mr. Soto, where were the messages supposedly from the dead uncle? Where were they originating from? Do we know?
Actually, we don't. It was maybe like a bot phone, one of those throwaway phones, because we tried to track that phone down. She told everybody in the family what was going on with George. He would leave her messages on her windshield, little notes here and there. He would follow her, things like that. And she told us everything.
He left a suicide note in the diaper bag and called her and said, look in the bag, I left something for you.
Did Julie ever get a protective order against George? George, did she ever get a protective order against you?
No, she didn't.
No, she should have. She should have at that time. She didn't know how bad things were going to get.
Look,
She never suspected.
Did you tell the police about James, the mystery web designer, that the
police
friend?
they have spoken
Yes,
to
they
that
have
friend.
all of that information. They have all that information. They are also questioning the friend who held back that information. She also approached me at one time when we were holding up signs, asking people if they had seen Julie. And when she approached me, all she could do is look down and apologize and tell me that I'm so sorry, I don't feel like I should be here, I don't know what I'm doing here, I don't know what else to do.
Is this friend a confidant of Julie's? I mean, how well?
Well, she never did like George, and all of a sudden now they're friends. They're on MySpace. She never did like George.
Before that, though, how close were they?
They went to high school together. But before George, when Julie and George were together, George didn't like for Julie to hang out with her friends. George wanted Julie to stay at home with him and with Layla, and George didn't like for Julie to go visit the family, and so,
Hold on
then
one
all of a
second.
sudden-
A couple of things. George, quickly, your response to that.
Well, like I said, yeah, I didn't like the type of friend she was because of the stuff they did around her. And like I said, the stuff they did wasn't really considered being friends. Smoking weed, doing drugs, that's not being a good friend. And like I said, I wanted
Now,
Julie...
wait a second. I understood from the family that Julie did not do drugs. George,
Not
okay, she did not. Or
No.
did she?
She has
She
asthma.
did, yeah, she did. And I got...
She has asthma. Why would she smoke?
Is that why you on your space? It has on your space, on your MySpace, that you're getting high.
And you're
And
sitting
you're
there
getting
playing
drunk?
beer pong in front of your daughter?
Well, we had family there. There
Yeah,
were
now it's
concessions there.
private. Now we can't see it because it's private.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
here's the
pictures of
thing
you.
that concerns me is James, the mystery web designer. Michelle Sagona, that concerns me because either this person exists and she's with him, or this so-called mystery web designer could be some kind of pedophile, predator is what I mean, on the internet who could have used the internet to seduce her.
You're exactly right, and we've seen these cases so many times, Jane, where these men, and women for that matter, pose as someone different. They lure in their victims, and they get them to meet them and take advantage of them. So that is something to be concerned with for sure. That's why if anyone out there has any information, you've got to pick up the phone and you've got to call investigators. That's the first thing. The second thing is that if investigators have verified that maybe she did in fact meet someone and she did possibly leave, maybe that's why they aren't suspecting foul play, but they just haven't connected all the dots 100%.
All
So
right.
maybe sometime, hopefully this week, maybe we'll learn a little bit more.
Hang on, we're going to continue this on the other side of the break because we want to solve this mystery, and it sounds like we're getting there. Everybody, back in 2 seconds.